Brought to you by PharosLounge.com. We're in between Kickstarters. So come to the store. We got comics. We got posters. We got fucking digital movies. We got it all. We are halfway through our story and we decided to subvert some expectations. Not in the shitty Ryan Johnson way, but in the whole, instead of getting the showdown between Spider-Man and Dr. O, I want to blow him the fuck up because he turns on them. And I didn't want it just to be a whole other, oh, we're going to turn on you. The idea is that Peter and Dick Fury knew that he was going to fucking turn. So they set him up. And I finally realized while I was swimming this morning, because it drove me nuts, saying, why wouldn't they trick Spider-Man and Nick Fury to come into the catacombs? Because even Red Skull would know that Nick Fury could use a life model decoy. That's why he didn't want to be close to be blown up. Bang! I love when I solve my own fucking quagmires. All right, we read the previous 2 pages, and then we move on to the next 2 pages. As I thought this was going to be a 5-volume sequel, it turns out this is going to be a 4-volume sequel because I think we're going to close it out right here. But you never know. We may introduce something new. Who the fuck knows? We have 12 pages to go. So I'm thinking the way this story's winding up, this could be our ending. We'll see. Worst case scenario, if we only feel like we can end the story in this chapter and we feel like we're still going, we'll just make this a longer chapter and a longer comic book. 36 pages, if you will. 28 pages. You always got to do it in 4s. You can't do it in just 2s because the way the comic books lay out. Just so you know. Once you get to like trade paperbacks, I feel like you can do every 2 pages. All right. We see a shot of the valley in the Appalachians as the sun sets over one more time over the base of Venusville. The crimson haze of the sunset mixes with the clouds to form the crimson haze of the sunset cloud mixes with the clouds to form an almost Red Skull-shaped cloud to add his aura over the scene. Caption across the panel reads, after 1 week of cards, meanwhile, after 1 week of cards, coffee, and conversation, the Sandman gives the signal. Closing into the valley, we see Spider-Man and Nick Fury stalking towards the base on foot. We see they are in their skin suits and both armed and ready. Fury communicates with Stark and Spider-Man. How's the grid looking, Stark? All's quiet along the northern front. They definitely know we're coming, but I don't see any drones. I'm getting that classic paranoia. Ignore it for now. And keep an eye out for the snipers. Keep an eye out for snipers. You good, kid? Ready, Colonel. Spider-Man and Nick Fury arrive at the entrance of Venusville, where they are met by the Sandman, who emerges from the ground from a pile of dirt. Good evening, gentlemen. Marco. Nice entrance. Nice suit. As he rises and begins to grow larger, he is joined by the Vulture, who lands on a large rock just behind the Sandman, as they are both free of their collars, their gamma collars. What happened to your spider sense? What happened to your spider sense? This is an alliance, Colonel, not a confrontation. Is it? You are correct, Agent Parker. Or shall I call you Spider-Man? Spider-Man and Nick Fury look on as Dr. O rolls into the scene. Hovers. Let's jack him up a bit. You shouldn't be on rollers. Hovers into the scene. He is in a larger floating. Let's put floating. God damn it. He's in a large. Put that there. There we go. What happened? Wrong thing. Large. He's in a large floating apparatus with hover capabilities, as well as an audio adapter and speaker wrapped around the base of the rolling tank. I would like to personally thank the both of you for the roles you have played in both my evolution. Why can't I have the both? How did both? I would like to personally thank both of you for the roles you have played in both my evolution and destiny. But I am afraid this is as far as we go. This is as far as we go. This will be the end of our alliance. So we turned you in a week. You must come pretty cheap, Doctor. Your insults will not strengthen your position, nor deter my resolve. Le Sevre Rouge made me an offer I couldn't refuse. Care to share that plan with us? You know, just in case we survive? With pleasure. With a sudden thrust, Dr. O's tentacles wrapped themselves around Spider-Man's throat, torso, and legs, squeezing him like a vice. The Red Skull has discovered the 5 artifacts needed to complete the circle. All that remains is the vessel for our deicide. I'm going to finish what I started back in Empire City. I'm going to transfer my consciousness into your body. You will become immortal, Peter Parker. At the same time, the Sandman forms a large clay-hardened cocoon around Nick Fury, trapping him and squeezing him like a vice. And what's my punishment, traitor? Traitors. What's my punishment, traitors? To witness this crap? No, Colonel Fury. You will become the centerpiece of the Red Skull's collection. You will share in our immortality, forever encased in carbonite. Oh, I love it. He's going to make him the next carbonite freeze. He's going to turn him into fucking Han Solo, baby. You will become the centerpiece of the Red Skull's collection. You will share in our immortality, forever encased in carbonite. The Vulture takes off into the sky to go after Tony Stark. Oh, okay, we can. Adrian, Tony Stark is providing air support. Take to the sky and kill him. Bring me his heart. Bring me his heart. We close in on Dr. O as he brings Spider-Man in close as one free tentacle is poised in front of Spider-Man's mouth. SFX of Dr. O's tentacles writhing and squeezing. Les Sebarouge insisted I tell you that I killed him, to press the lie and bring you both down into the catacombs, where you would meet your executioners via ambush. But I convinced him of the alternative, to give you both a warrior's fate. Yeah, you're all heart. No need for him to observe any further. Take him away. As Sandman attempts to drag Fury away in his current Clayface-like state, we get an extreme close-up of Dr. O and Spider-Man. If you have any last words, now's the time. In the name of the American Empire, and under the banner of S.H.I.E.L.D., I, Agent Peter Parker, accuse you, Dr. Oliver Octavian, of high treason. Dr. Oliver Octavian. In the name of the American Empire, and under the banner of S.H.I.E.L.D., I, Agent Peter Parker, accuse you, Dr. Oliver Octavian, of high treason. Close up on Sandman still holding Nick Fury in his Clayface-like state. Fury taunts Dr. O while stalling for Peter's life. And by all means, pigs, arrest us. Unfortunately, we don't have the facilities. We used up all of our resources sending you down the hole. And you took a risk and failed. Your kind is obsolete, like your empire. See, that's the thing, Doctor. Kid told me you were going to screw us over, but I was optimistic. We close in on Dr. O's tank, which is starting to bubble and boil like he knows that something is up. Still, I'm glad we went with his plan. Wait a minute. You don't mean... You're not under arrest, Dr. O. The penalty for high treason is death. Close up on the face of Spider-Man as his mouth and eyes begin to light up and beep, revealing that he and Nick Fury are life model decoys. SFX of the lighting and beeping, Peter delivers the classic line from Total Recall. Get ready for a surprise! Boom! In a gorgeous bottom splash panel shot, we see life model decoys of Spider-Man and Nick Fury completely explode. The massive explosion takes out both the Sandman and Dr. O as we see a mess and menagerie of life model decoy body parts, brains, sand, and clay spread out amongst the dirty explosion. SFX of the explosion and ensuing carnage. Great freaking 2-page session right there. Now, why it takes 3 hours to do it? Fuck it. I always forget my microphone. I bought the bloody thing, just not used to always having putting it in. Just put it in the hole. Look how our studio's evolved. Ladies and gentlemen, that was our last two pages. I love those last two pages. Let me get some water. We'll start page 13 and 14, part 7 today. Enjoy this menagerie right now. All right. Yeah, maybe it's the dice. Let's roll this wire. Arachnophobia, man. I love that book. American Safari. All right, let's do this shit. Where are we here? Where's the script? Page 13. Got our notes from yesterday. So we're halfway through the book, and we are coming into the climax here. So, which is either going to be the end of our story, and this is going to be another four-volume sequel, which is cool too, as long as it's a badass 4 volumes. And I'd like to think that we're going to end on a good note here. Now, we don't end here. We're going to go for one more. Make this a 5-volume sequel. You're never prepared for the fact that it might be a 4-volume sequel. If you feel like you got a great story arc, and if they free all the refugees and we do all the cool shit here, and Peter would have really had a hero's journey here. Another artifact, Serpent Crown of Lemuria. I want to look that up. The Serpent Crown of Lemuria. It's all great Indiana Jones stories. Sandman and Vulture survive. Spider-Man and Fury battle at Red Skull. In the end, Red Skull will plummet to his probable doom, but we will show him recovering and finding the lost city of Asgard. We need something with Norman Osborn. Nick Fury definitely comes in with a James Bond jetpack. Vulture will go after Iron Man. They will battle in the sky. We got it still do that. Sandman will be the only survivor. Once the Red Skull is defeated, we will catch up with some of the Gamma Rock deliveries. And one of the spots could be someone giving orders to Felicia Hardy, who is a rogue angel who defected from S.H.I.E.L.D. She is given the assignment of seducing and turning Peter Parker. I like that. Kingpin is one of the people getting a Gamma Rock shipment. He could be the one telling Felicia Hardy to go fuck the shit out of Peter Parker. Mandarin is definitely getting some Gamma. We don't need to show them all. We can show one or two. Now, not every angel could be successful figuring out where that fucking Gamma's going. Latveria, the Castle of Doom. Show that Doctor Doom is in our world. The Sorcerer von Doom. A gorgeous bottom splash panel shot. Okay, we did that. We got our notes. Another artifact. Let me see the Serpent Crown of Lemuria. It's going to bug me now. Lemuria. Elder God set. Okay, that's when we start getting some reptile shit. You know, we could tie the reptile stuff. We could tie the reptile stuff in with Serpent Crown characters. When we actually use the lizard. When we bring the lizard back, we could tie him into the whole Serpent Crown of Lemuria. We change around our origins, baby. All right. Let's do some fucking mining. Starting with good old Nick Fury. We just blew up Dr. O and the Sandman. I mean, we definitely just killed Dr. O. And we're probably going to end up killing the Vulture in this storyline. He can have a battle with Stark and Sandman could survive. But it's going to take a while. Like, he's just blown to fucking smithereens. We don't necessarily have to kill the Sandman off because he's fucking sand. But it should take a long fucking time for him to get back, be pulled back together. Like, you could show a fucking storm, like wash him away, with the valley and like just get sucked into a river and do this whole fucking long river thing where he's just fucking drifting into the river. And he could still have pieces of fucking brain on him in it, like an epilogue. Either way, the Sandman's out of commission. He could survive, but not right now. He's not immediately getting the fuck back up. Because if he would, he'd get in the fight. But he's blown up. He'll probably survive. Dr. O's fucking done. We gave him a good fucking death, man. He turned on them thinking he fucking was slick. And they knew he was going to turn, so they went there, sent fucking life model decoys of themselves, just fucking laced with explosives. I love it. All right. Now we got to get into the hole, take out some hitmen. And what I was thinking was, like, Red Skull should have, like, a gamma weapon, like almost like a gamma lightsaber, like Darth fucking Maul. Yes. Darth Maul final fight with Red Skull versus Spider-Man and Nick Fury, who will first blast through some hitmen on their way towards Red Skull, where he will first come at them through stealth and then attack with a vehicle, or first a gamma blade, a gamma lightsaber, yes, like Maul. Then when that fails, he will try to maul them with a drill, the drill tank, like a drill vehicle, like a driller. And that will be his doom. So I want a nice, like the way they did Jet Li fought like fucking Mel Gibson and Danny Glover and Lethal Weapon. Basically, we're trying to emulate the fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi fucking Qui-Gon fight. The Red Skull. And he should kick their ass a little. And the idea is he's got gamma weapons, he's got gamma blades, which are going to cut through Spider-Man's webs. Your webs are useless, Spider-Man. Let's see how good you are in combat. Like Spider-Man can try to web up some weapons and shit. All right, we just blew up Red Skull. We just blew up Sandman and Dr. O. Now the real Spider-Man and Nick Fury have to come into it now. So Sandman, should he survive, he's not surviving immediately. Let's get him in the hole. All right, let's do some mining. First things first, let's get a nice issue of Strange Tales. Where are we in the Marvel Universe right now in our timeline? It is Halloween time, 1979. Jimmy Carter is still president. We're at home. There's a little bit of an energy crisis in New York City. So the only solace my 2-year-old self has, living in Brooklyn, is reading some good old-fashioned Spider-Man comics that Dad brings home from the comic shop. I used to go to the comic store every weekend with my grandpa. So let's say I picked up my grandpa Amazing Spider-Man 197, the newest issue of Team Up, and of course, this fucking title, Spectacular Spider-Man 35, where he's gonna fight the fucking Mind Worm. Can I just remind you how much I hate this fucking title? That it's like we almost go through it as a goof because we're getting the job done. Our current mining system is getting the job done, enjoying the pages, but they're taking fucking 3 hours of class, which I don't mind because I love writing. Where else would you rather be? But now, of course, we add a little something in there. We had some Nick Fury action, and I'm liking this because I never actually read these, or I didn't. It was a long fucking time ago. So it's 1965. Well, it's not really. It's 1979 when we're reading Spider-Man because this is all new to us. All New Adventures of Spider-Man. But we decided to go into and start reading issues from a new title because let's just say we started making some more money, and my allowance allowed me to pick up a fourth comic book. When I pick up an old issue of Strange Tales. Nick Fury gets an unlikely assist from Agent G, Imperial Hydra's daughter. The Imperial Hydra must find out where Brainosaur is, the only machine that can disrupt the Betatron bomb. In his Strange Tale, Doctor Strange does battle with Baron Mordo. What a shock. He's been battling Baron fucking Mordo for the last 40 issues. Almost everybody reads S.H.I.E.L.D. Supreme Headquarters International Espionage Law Enforcement Division. The brave die hard. All right, the Betatron bomb. Nick Fury floats. What we're going to have here, I'm thinking what we literally have here is we should have fucking, S.H.I.E.L.D. must have sent me up here. Now they're sending up a Brainosaur. A Brainosaur, wow. It just shot flame out of its mouth. It blew up the bomb. But that ain't possible. It's not a real dinosaur. They sent up Godzilla, basically. First I was freezing, now I'm roasting. Oh, they're fucking with his, that's kind of cool. They're fucking with his brain. Quick attention. Hail Hydra! Hail Hydra! So oh, this is badass, man. Nick Fury's getting fucking tortured. Once the nations of the world have been forced to surrender to me, I will execute him in public to demonstrate my complete and total power. Gentlemen, at last, Brainosaur is ready for launching. He's already given the full measure of shield. He's already given the full measure. Okay, it could only Fury was us. All right, I'm a little lost here because I'm very high. Taken to a maximum security cell under the permanent guard. I am not done with Nick Fury. All right, he was going to say, okay, gentlemen, at last the Brainosaur is ready for launching. Good old Tony Stark. It's kind of cool that in coincidence, it just so happens we line up these chapters as we're doing this story. Detail molecule of Brainosaur. What is such a stupid fucking name? It's a rocket power mechanical brain. Oh, that's the. Oh, shit. That's the Johnny Five thing from the first Iron Man movie. That's so cool. A rocket powered mechanical brain designed to dock next to any enemy missile and disarm it in orbit. It isn't possible. And yet, if it is possible, Stark would be the man to create it. Colonel Fury may still be alive, and two of his best agents are speeding there here now. Gentlemen, there is nothing more to be said. We've only a few hours remaining before Hydra will demand our unconditional surrender. Does this mean we've given up for lost? I shall leave for the launch site immediately to supervise the Brainosaur's blast-off. The helicarrier. Dum Duggan. Jones and Duggan. One thing we do and that die of, and that's old age. Green Guard figure. They're jamming up some shit here. The only escape for a Hydra prisoner is death. Is that the chick? If I can stand looking at you creeps, nothing can disturb me. Give me the grub and get lost, Charlie. Bread, coffee stick. Hey, army rations. All I do is open the tinfoil and the blam thing starts going off like a firecracker. The crumbs ought to know this better than this. More scientific minded, Fury's fuel was reduced by energy compression, and then upon contact with air, it released its basic form by the instant release of the compressor. Get the fuck out of here. Agent G, the supreme daughter of Hydra. I wish to speak to the prisoner alone. She wants to bang Fury. Hail Hydra. Only you can stop my father's mad scheme. The wall. That's my secret. Now clam up while I get to work. So he's got the food rations. He set it on fire. It blows up. We just blew up Sandman and Dr. O. We've killed Dr. O. We did it. Now they're on a goddamn UFO? What's this UFO? The boys are in a fucking UFO. Gentlemen, so as long as I own the control. All right, this guy again with the fucking Merryweather guy. We get it. He's a corporate raider. He's taking over the fucking business so we can use the business to finance Hydra. Farrington, you can't keep us here any longer. Look at all the art. Into his secret Hydra headquarters. That's it. You're being sabotaged. Oh, yeah, we get a nice drill bit fucking tank. Fuck yeah, it's out of like just gamma drill bits. What in blazes is that, and how do we stop it? It's the Hydra Hunter. Fire at its mouth rods. Without him, it can't find us. It's all over now. Those tanks at the sides contain sleep gas. We gambled and lost. Lady, I'm so unlucky at love, I gotta be lucky at gambling. Now sit tight while old Fury goes in action. Probably make a jackass of myself as usual. All right, he jumps on. Fury is a fucking badass, dude. All the boys are blasting for Colonel Fury. There's no help for it. I've got no other choice. They very must not escape. Only my Tiger Division has the power to stop the Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. They send the assassins. Hail Hydra! Only Brainosaur can wish it now. Next issue, the one you dare not miss, the long-awaited end of Hydra, as only Mighty Marvel can present it. Till then, face front. And then we have Doctor Strange fighting Dr. fucking Baron Mordo, with old Dormammu looking on in the background. These sons of bitches have been fighting while the Ancient One sleeps. This has been the same fucking story for 30 issues. You gotta fight Dormammu. Dormammu, I've come to bargain. Let's enjoy Steve Ditko's art while we start our next 2 pages of our writing class. The AracKnight returns. Originally pictured as a 5-volume sequel to the 4-volume AracKnight 1, it turns out this will be a 4-volume sequel. The goal is, you always want to do 4, but you never want to stretch. You feel like you're stretching. We got to a great ending here, so you feel like if you have a distinctive ending, you end the fucking story. Doesn't have to be bigger, it just has to be cooler. It has to be great. Your first one's great. You don't have to say better. What's better? It's got to be great. Great again. Great story. Great villains. Great art. Great locations. Hot chicks. Beautiful babies. Now Baron Mordo is playing ping pong. It's always about just really looking at Steve Ditko's art. He was definitely a pothead and a hippie. And we got Clea. Good old hot-ass Clea. Hang on to your hat. It's the end of Hydra. Oh, we have that next class. Look forward to that. All right. We move on to Spider-Man, the return of the Kingpin. Wilson Fisk seemingly drowned in his last battle with Spider-Man. But this supersized crime lord is scrappier than we thought. Kingpin will stop at nothing to reclaim his hold over New York's crime syndicate. And Spider-Man will be powerless to stop him. This starring Vanessa Fisk, desperate to save the man she loves. All right, I want her set up with Alicia Hardy. Hmm. We definitely have a rogue angel. The cat. The black cat. I need him seduced. Claim an EPL, no stress. Return of Kingpin. Maybe we should add a 6th artifact. The Serpent Crown of Lemuria. Why not? It's the Sinister Six. Fuck it. Let's go back real quick. Now I'm obsessed with that serpent fucking crown. Okay, right here. Here we go. Where is it? The ebony blade and 6. The crown of Lemuria. We don't need to call it the serpent crown. The horn of Atlantis. The shield of Mars. The casque of Emir. The flint of Zarathos. The blade of ebony. It's called the ebony blade or the blade of ebony. The ebony blade. Yeah, I like the ebony blade. That's better. The horn of Atlantis. The shield of Mars. The casque of Emir. The flint of Zarathos. The ebony blade. The crown of Lemuria. Yes. These are the 6 relics. These are the 6 relics you need. So that, the ebony blade, the crown of Lemuria. One to lay down his life in the center, to become the vessel. Right, back down here. So he seduces them with that. And I just need to fix that last line. When he turns on them, I missed it. Oh, here we go. The 6. The 6 artifacts. Keep it at 6. If it's the Sinister 6, you need the 6 artifacts. Bang! All right, we're all caught up. We're all caught up. Okay, we just blew them up. Beautiful explosion. Cutting through the aftermath clouds of carnage from the explosion. We see Spider-Man and Nick Fury emerge. We see the real Spider-Man and Nick Fury emerge, cutting through the aftermath clouds of carnage from the explosion. We see the real Spider-Man and Nick Fury emerge. They are both Spider-Man swings in on his web, while we see Nick Fury strapped up with an old school, badass looking James Bond style jetpack. Yes. And we got Tony up there versus the Vultures. We have to address that at some point. We got 12 pages to do it. Cutting through the aftermath clouds of carnage from the explosion, we see the real Spider-Man and Nick Fury emerge. Spider-Man swings in on his web while we see Nick Fury strapped with an old school badass looking James Bond style jetpack. Get the fuck out of here. Silence the phone. Badass looking James Bond style jetpack. Okay, where are we? Spider-Man swings in on his web while we see Nick Fury strapped with an old school badass looking James Bond style jetpack. As they begin to make their descent into Venusville. Should Red Skull be like all hitmen stand down? I shall deal with them personally. Yeah, I don't want him to be a coward. I want this to be a fucking fight. Cutting through the aftermath clouds of carnage from the explosion, we see the real Spider-Man and Nick Fury emerge. Spider-Man swings in on his web while we see Nick Fury strapped with an old-school badass-looking James Bond-style jetpack as they begin to make their descent into Venusville. See? So the idea is they can have the hitmen open fire on the rail cars, but of course they're flying in behind them. Spider-Man swings in on his web while we see Nick Fury strapped with an old-school badass-looking James Bond-style jetpack as they begin to make their descent into Venusville. All right. Nick Fury will say, Stark, Stark, I'm on the Vulture. I'll save you a wing. I mean, should he be that confident or should it be like a good fight? Stark, I've got the Vulture. I've got the Vulture. Yeah, I got the Vulture. God damn it. I've got the Vulture. Enjoy the caves, boys. I've got the Vulture. Enjoy the caves, boys. I've got the Vulture. Enjoy the caves, boys. Stark, I've got the Vulture. Enjoy the caves, boys. We see that cool downward speed and darkness induced roller coaster drop shot as Spider-Man and Nick Fury glide through the entrance to Venusville and down the deep, dark chasm towards the Red Skull. SFX of them zooming into the dark hole. You gotta get in there in that dark hole there, boy. All right, let's do some mining. I got to figure out how to word this. Is Red Skull going to be saying stand down now? I want open fire, man. I want like some Flash Gordon fucking lasers coming at them and then fucking ducking out lasers and shit. See that cool downward speed and darkness induced roller coaster drop shot as Spider-Man and Nick Fury glide through the entrance to Venusville and down the deep dark chasm towards the Red Skull. SFX of them zooming into the dark hole. I really want it to look like a fucking Disney ride. You know, it's just music fucking hits and they're dropping in there. We could dump back out every now and then to fucking let's get them through a bunch of hitmen, get some fucking good fucking shots in, avoid you duck some fucking lasers. And as they land and the Red Skull's taunting them, we could do a quick switch out to Iron Man fighting the Vulture. Hmm. Something cool there, and like something interesting where literally they can start battling each other and playing chicken And they can like, I want to do. I don't want it to just be, oh, you get a quick, get an easy gunshot. Maybe it's something sick where like fucking Stark and Vulture could fly all the way up into the fucking atmosphere. It literally becomes like a game of chicken. That I kind of like. Makes it a little different. Vulture and Iron Man in their battle in the sky. It ends up being a game of chicken. Where Stark and Vulture fly almost into space until one of them gives. I like that. It's really fucking different. It's badass. How about a game of chicken then? Fuck yeah. These pages writing themselves. See that cool downward speed and darkness induced roller coaster drop shot. Spider-Man and Nick Fury glide through the entrance to Venus Ville and down the deep dark chasm towards the Red Skull. S-effects of them zooming into the dark hole. It's like zhoosh. First things first. Red Skull taunts them. Red Skull taunts them as they make their descent. Red Skull taunts them and calls to his soldiers as they make their descent. Base and Nick Fury is going to say, switch the sonar, kid. Already built in. Already built in, Colonel. Switch to sonar, kid. Already built in, Colonel. Off panel. Make sure it's off panel. How delightful. Rejoice, all my fellow citizens. How delightful. My fellow citizens. Citizens. Rejoice. For the heroes of the American Empire. For the heroes of the American Empire have come to release themselves of guilt. No, I like that. Let's do a Kamala Harris dig. Rejoice, my fellow citizens, rejoice, for the heroes of the American Empire have come to free you. Free you from what has been? No. Okay. Yeah. Rejoice, for the heroes of the American Empire have come to unburden you. Have come to unburden you from what has been. Switch to sonar, kid. Already built in, Colonel. How delightful. My fellow citizens, rejoice! For the heroes of the American Empire have come to unburden you. Have come to unburden you from what has been. For the heroes of the American Empire have come to unburden you from what has been. For the heroes of the American Empire have come to unburden you from what has been. Let us give them a proper welcome. Let us give them a proper welcome. As they make their dark plummet into the valley of Venusville. We see the whole dark cave and tunnel lit up by blaster fire as all the hitmen open fire on Nick Fury and Spider-Man. Spider-Man creates a makeshift. So what would he make out of webs? I don't know if he'd make a glider. Yeah, almost like the memory cloth. Spider-Man creates a small. Spider-Man creates a makeshift glider that helps slow his descent and angle and pivot through the hail of blaster fire. Fury evades the blasters with maneuvers from his jetpack. There we go. SFX of all the blaster fire, as well as the falling debris from the cave and tunnel, the cave and tunnel being blasted. Let us give them a proper welcome. Open fire! So that's just a quick open fire when you don't need any dialogue there. Just open fire. Open fire. All right, so blah, 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 doom, 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 doom. They should get hit. I don't like when they just are able to avoid all the goddamn blaster fire. That's just next to fucking impossible in that little cave. Spider-Man should go, Fury can yell, time to test those gauntlets, kid. Open fire. Let's get that line in here. Don't waste the line on another panel here. Oh, god damn it. Ditch the glider. Ditch the glider, kid. Time to test out those gauntlets. So I need to do something a little different because they did some crazy shit in Brand New Day. He did the spread fire. So what can I do? Time to test out those gauntlets. I need something where Spider-Man can plow the road. What can I do here? I need something cool. All right, let's do some mining. We need something here. It's the glider, kid. Time to test out those gauntlets. All right. Kingpin is back. Kingpin is gonna be getting a shipment of gamma rocks. Even if we just show the one. We just got to pick out where he is. Whether he's in Hong Kong, whether he's in Madripoor, Kunlun, Corto Maltese. We'll probably put him in Corto Maltese. But we waste a good Spanish villain down there. But I wouldn't use the tarantula as like a lead villain. You can put him on a yacht in Corto Maltese. Kunlun. Fuck it. Put him in Citrusville at the fucking Disney Moon. All right. Kingpin's Midnight Massacre. Ha! The Kingpin. Spider-Man, welcome back. It's a shame you're not going to be alive too fucking long. So Spider-Man's got his busted arm, right? He thinks Aunt May's dead. The last time these two guys fought, way back about 30 issues ago, Kingpin went into the river, left for dead. But of course, he spotted a drainage pipe. The pipe was free of water and I collapsed inside of it. But I was safe. And more, I still lived. Troll to that muck and mire. I like this. See, I always like a good, oh God, don't give me the amnesia. Someone did. That fool Silvermane learn what had happened to me. I could see him reclining in his great silver throne, chortling over my fate, then hiring a killer to get rid of me in a manner that would seem like an accident. Oh shit, look at all this. Was this all Daredevil? Get out of here, you stupid fucking screen. Holy shit, they ran him the fuck over. His brain slowly returned. Vanessa, you hurt. Vanessa, oh god. Kingpin on Daredevil. Fucking Vincent D'Onofrio is the shit. Greatest Kingpin ever. And we love Vanessa. I've used that time to prepare for my new life to rid myself of past business partners. Vanessa spoke her ultimate. I had 24 hours to get out of crime, or she would leave me. So he's just going to kill him. So Spider-Man and Kingpin are going to fight. We already have what we want to do. We mind Kingpin. Kingpin's going to send Felicia Hardy to get Spider-Man. He's going to get a Gamma delivery. We're just not doing that yet. But that'll be one of our eludes. Kingpin can actually make his return to Empire City. How long I've waited to go back to Empire City. My home. Even if it is a floating monstrosity, it's still my home. And it's ripe for the taking. It's a free city. It answers to no one. It needs a king. Oh, I like that. It needs a king. The mayor is a joke. A floating metropolis like that has no need for a mayor. Has no use for a mayor. It needs a king. Oh yes. Let's start writing Kingpin's scene. Another artifact. We added it. Boom. James Bond jetpack. We got that. Boom. Sam Valiant's father. Once the Red Skull is defeated, catch up with some of the Gamma Rock deliveries. Okay. Empire City may be a floating monstrosity, but it is still my home. And it is ripe for the taking. The mayor is a fool. The mayor is a fool. And a blowhard. See, you know what? Kingpin could be the one. No, because right now, fucking Jameson's working with like S.H.I.E.L.D. He doesn't need the Kingpin. The mayor is a fool and a blowhard. Empire City has no use for a mayor. It needs a king. Then you show Kingpin. Oh, this means you're bringing Kingpin in for the next one. Ditch the glider, kid. Time to test out those gauntlets. All right, then what am I doing? I need something cool with this fucking web. He's coming down on a whole gaggle of fucking hitmen shooting fucking blazer blasters at him. So right now he's fighting Kingpin. I got what I needed with Kingpin. He's going to make a cameo in the end. He's getting one of those gamma shipments. Just got to decide where. Like we can have him like on a yacht outside the Disney moon. Like the Disney moon literally just kind of hovers around the. It's like Empire City. It hovers. That's no moon. It's a space station on a satellite yacht orbiting the Disney moon, just outside of Citrusville. Spider-Man can end up getting that. Oh God, we're just building here, man. We're onion building. We like the onion. We like the onion. At the end of our story, Spider-Man Peter makes the trip to Citrusville with Jennifer Kale for that tour. They take a cruise around the Disney moon where they pass an unassuming yacht. On the yacht is the Kingpin, who is hiring Black Cat to seduce Peter Parker. Yay! Onion! Build it! Build the universe! Right. We just gotta, right now, we gotta get him, goddamn, we gotta get him down that fucking, we got him going down the hole. Spider glider, ditch the glider, kid. Time to test out those gauntlets. Not test them out. Ditch the glider for the gauntlets, kid. Ditch the glider. Ditch the glider for the gauntlets, kid. Ditch the glider for the gauntlets, kid. Remember, Spider-Man's still rough around the edges. Just like a massive web bomb. Like the idea is he should crack his gauntlets together and like shoot out like one of those like Jabroken, Let's test ditch the glider. No, I like almost like the other line better. Ditch the glider, kid. Time to test out those gauntlets. Time to test out those gauntlets. Ditch the glider, kid. Time to test out those gauntlets. I like this. And a cool splash shot. We see Spider-Man in a cool splash shot. We see Spider-Man gliding in a cool splash shot. We see Spider-Man as he is rapidly ascending into a hornet's nest of hitmen. In a cool splash shot, we see Spider-Man as he is rapidly descending into a hornet's nest of hitmen, crack his gauntlets together. Crack his gauntlets together like a kung fu master or Ryu from Street Fighter, summoning a fireball, from their chest and chi. SFX of the gauntlets cracking together. Continuing from the previous shot, we see a huge webbed, a huge energized ball of webbing being created. Continuing from the previous shot, we see a huge energized ball of webbing being created. Exactly like Ryu or Liu Kang summoning a chi of fire from their heart and chest. SFX of the giant ball of flaming web forming. Gotta throw a little bit of Tony test my limits, everything from his body. Let's move all this to page 14. Yeah, da, 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 da. We still got to finish page 13, but let me just get this done. I love making comic books. It's all right. It's all right. Let's do this. All right. Continuing to the previous shot, we see a huge energized ball of webbing being created exactly like Ryu or Liu Kang summoning a chi of fire from their heart and chest. SFX of the giant ball of flaming web forming. Spider-Man. Oh, God damn it. Spider-Man unleashes the ball of energized webbing, which crashes down upon the hornet's nest. The hornet's nest of hitmen. SFX of the giant ball of web crashing upon them. Give me one more panel. All right. Let's do it. Spider-Man unleashes the ball of energized webbing, like basically just Farouk, like just fucking unleashes the ball of energized webbing, which crashes down upon the hornet's nest of hitmen. The web bomb goes off perfectly, sending a horde of hitmen into a network of webbed traps. The web bomb goes off perfectly, sending the horde of hitmen. Horde, now E, right? Horde, and that's the wrong horde. Sending the gang of hitmen into a network of web traps, and trouble. They are out of commission. Now, I want Skull taunting them at the same time. SFX of the hitmen being taken out and trapped up in webs. Yeah, I don't want this silent just using special effects. This should be Skull. Skull should be fucking taunting him the whole time. So we need some dialogue. Time to test out those gauntlets. Like Skull could be just fucking fascinated with him, you know? So we need that. We need some. We need the Skull here. We need the Skull. All right, give me some Skull here. Cool splash shot. We see Spider-Man as he's rapidly ascending into a hornet's nest of hitmen. Crack his gauntlets together. Crack, like just fucking. Like he's summoning a fireball from his chest and chi, you know? Red Skull. You are evolving. You are evolving, little spider. You are evolving, little spider. You are. You are coming here to kill me. You are coming here to kill me. You will be the perfect apprentice. You are evolving, little spider. You are coming here to kill me. You will be the perfect apprentice. You will be the perfect apprentice. Continuing from the previous shot, we see a huge energized ball of webbing being created, exactly like Ryu or Liu Kang, summoning a chi of fire from their heart and chest. Let him tell him here that he fucking knew you guys were going to use the life model decoys. He could be not telling the truth. Each one's lying, is it? The doctor. The doctor was always a liar. He wanted to bring you both down here. He wanted to bring you both down here and tell you I was dead. I like this little trick of they're just both liars. The doctor was always a liar. He wanted to bring you both down here and tell you I was dead and ambush you like a coward. But I knew what you two were capable of. What you two were capable of. In the end, he was a fool. You, in the end, he was a fool. In the end, he died a fool. Spider-Man unleashes the ball of weapon energy. Yes, let's do that. I just need one line here as he unleashes that fucking ball of energy. Get rid of the underlines for next. Now the other ones have underlines, and I'll be forced to underline all of them. You were always the prize. You were always the prize. You were always the prize. The web bomb goes off perfectly, sending the gang of hitmen into a network of webs and trouble. Yes. Let's save the, take your place by my side. You were always the prize. The web bomb goes off perfectly, sending the gang of hitmen into a network of web traps in trouble. They are out of commission. You were always the prize. In the end, he died a fool. You were always the prize. Let's get a good. Yeah, let's get the Darth Vader line. Fuck it. Put it here. Now save me the time of incapacitating fury. Now save me the time of incapacitating fury, and take your place by my side. Nah, I like. He should say that to him in person. Fuck that. That's a line you gotta say. Take your place by my side and fuck fury. Take your place by my side. The web bomb goes off perfectly, sending the gang of hitmen into a network of web traps in trouble. We can cut away here to Tony Stark, or you could just have him light up that fucking lightsaber and leap at him like the Emperor, and then you cut to Tony Stark fighting fucking Vulture. Yeah, I like that better. He can fucking swat at him, take them both down real quick, and then fucking escape. And they gotta chase him to the caves and the catacombs. That's cool. All right, I like that. The web bomb goes off perfectly, sending the gang of hitmen into a network of web traps in trouble. They are out of commission. As effects of the hitmen being taken out and trapped in webs. Yeah, but they have to go down that fucking gyrosphere some more. We can cut away really quick to the web bomb goes off perfectly, sending the gang of hitmen into a network of web traps in trouble. They're out of commission. Boom, we took them all out. I like that. The fucking Ryu thing. I love it. I love the Ryu. That's top Rook, and he did it with his gauntlets. He closed into his chest, this fucking spider fucking symbol. Swash, like a fucking just a web bomb. It's unbelievable energy. They are out of commission. All right, give me one line here. Yeah, because I need a line. I don't want just nothing. Shut up. Get back there. Hang on. Maybe we throw in a couple more lines here. And ambush you like a coward. But I knew that you were what you two were capable of. In the end, he died a fool. I need more here. The doctor was always a liar. He wanted to bring you both down here and tell you I was dead and ambush you like a coward. But I knew what you two were capable of. I chose not to share this probability. I chose not to share this probability with him. And he was too consumed with hatred to care. And he was too consumed with vengeance to care. I chose not to share this probability with him because he gave me what I needed. I chose not to share this probability with him because he gave me what I needed. You, Peter Parker. You were always a prize. You were always the prize. Now give. Now incapacitate. Now incapacitate. Now incapacitate Fury. You, Peter Parker. You were always the prize. You were always the prize. Now sanction Fury. Now sanction Fury. And take your place by my side. You, Peter Parker. You were always a prize. Now sanction Fury and take your place by my side. The web bomb goes off perfectly. Okay. Effects. Red Skull. Very well, gentlemen. I'll be waiting for you. Very well, gentlemen. I'll be waiting for you. And promise a knight's death. Nah, very well, gentlemen. I'll be waiting for you. I'll be waiting for you. Like, he's confident. He's going to fuck him up a little bit. So the question is, we go directly to this fight. We do a quick. Let's visit Stark and Vulture real quick. Let's get a couple of swoops in there with them, and then have them play a game of fucking chicken. Yes. We cut real quick to the exterior of Venusville. Because that's a good interlude. Very well, gentlemen. I'll be waiting for you. We cut real quick to the exterior of Venus of the skies of the sky over Venusville. Where we see the vulture swooping over and searching for Tony Stark. We cut, not real quick. Why would we cut real quick? It's a comic book, you know. We cut to the exterior of the sky over Venusville, where we see the vulture swooping over and searching for Tony Stark. Caption. Across the panel reads, Meanwhile, it's my favorite thing to do. Meanwhile, you know what? The vulture should come down and land in the. Yes, I like this. Meanwhile, now swooping. I shouldn't be swooping over looking for Tony Stark. The vulture swooping down. The vulture swooping down to assess the aftermath of the explosion. Caption across the panel reads, Meanwhile, after the vulture returns After the vulture returns from his what? Oh, yeah. Meanwhile, after the vulture returns from his patrol. Meanwhile, after the vulture returns from his patrol. In a somber shot, the vulture lands. In a somber shot, the vulture lands in the blast zone, where he is surrounded by busted glass, tank parts, and most importantly, the decaying brain matter of busted glass, tank, and life model decoy parts, and most importantly, the decaying and deteriorating brain matter that was once Dr. O. As the vulture is about to kneel down in respect to his fallen comrades, he is blasted at, turning to attack. He sees he is being swooped down on. He sees Tony Stark made up in his first silver makeshift Iron Man exoskeleton. Turning to attack, he sees Tony Stark hovering above him, made up in his silver makeshift Iron Man exoskeleton. I like this. Turning to attack, he sees Tony Stark hovering above him, made up in his silver makeshift Iron Man exoskeleton. What can we have the Iron Man exoskeleton look like? I don't want to rip off just the original Iron Man shot. It should be. We need to know what it looked like. The Iron Man exoskeleton. Skeleton should be a diesel punk Marvel. Should be a diesel punk Marvel. Sleek, and steamy, but still, nah. Diesel punk Marvel. What would we have him look like? What do we like? What are our favorite robots? Terminator. We love Terminator, but remember, it's a shell. It's a suit. Should it be very Voltron? Should it be very anime? I mean, she look like fucking Optimus Prime. Should be a diesel punk Marvel meets Transformers type Marvel. The Iron, the first, God damn it, the first Iron Man exoskeleton in our universe should be a diesel punk meets Transformers type Marvel. Should be a diesel punk meets Transformers type Marvel. But what does that entail? Sleek and cool, but large and clunky. Sleek and cool, but large and clunky. With nothing to live for, the vulture quickly spears at Iron Man and sends them both airborne. Close up, uh, close up of Iron Man and Vulture about to face off in a game of chicken. We start to pan out as we see them flying higher into the sky. We see them getting smaller as they are almost heading towards space. I like this. We're laying out fucking page 14 here. We just need the fucking dialogue. We can make this fucking 9 panels, man. We can have it even sicker. I mean, they could be fighting, saying some like somber shit to each other, and Vulture could be taken out by a fucking plane. You know what I mean? It should be almost more emotional. All right, let's move the notes because we're done. This Darth Maul shit that we're gonna do, that's gonna be next class, which we'll do today because I can't wait to write that fucking scene. I don't know if we need the Mandarin. You can have a quick interlude about the Army of the Ten Rings. You could throw that. You could throw that in there. It could be done, but I definitely want Peter ended up with Jennifer Kale because they had a love scene here. And he bangs Mary Jane in this one too. He gets Betty Brant in the first one. This is a sequel, so he's got to get 2 chicks at least. So he gets Mary Jane in the beginning when they have that picnic watching the gamma explosion, and then he'll get Jennifer Kale in the end. We even may even make a little interlude to the giant-sized man thing. Used to do a lot of experiments down here, even stories of a giant swamp monster. If you believe in that sort of thing, I believe in anything, kid. Very well, gentlemen. I'll be waiting for you. All right, so they'll get him next round. So we need this fight between. Get a really cool, fun page here between Vulture and Iron Man. So let's finish this issue. Let's get some dialogue. The fucking action's laid out. Give or take how we'll do the last panel and how we'll try to kill him. We're killing the Vulture here. Or they can just be fighting for a little bit and then we can come back to them. You don't gotta wait. We don't gotta rush it. I ain't gotta rush it. We're in the second half here. Let's set them up playing a game of fucking chicken. We can give the Vulture a cool moment, then he just goes for like a suicide dive where he just takes Stark with him into fucking space. You know, Stark, in a different reality, I should have had your life. I should have had your life. It's not too late, Toombs. We cut to the exterior of the sky with Venus. Okay, that's a line, so we got that in there. Meanwhile, after the Vulture returns from his patrol, in a somber shot, the Vulture lands in the blast zone where he's surrounded by busted glass, tank, and life model decoy parts, and most importantly, the decaying and deteriorating brain matter that was once Dr. O. We have to make it. He's dead. He's down in a minute. I'll be out. Okay, so we got the burglar here, this stupid asshole that's got to take 45 issues to say, I'm looking for something inside the fucking house. Kingpin zaps him. What is Kingpin all about? I think they're just throwing Kingpin in here to get him back into Daredevil. Got Betty Brant, Gloria Grant. Gloria Grant will make an appearance. Story. No. I want fucking. We know where Kingpin is. Kingpin's on the Disney moon. That scene's already written. We just got to know I'm going to put it in there. That's what we actually got out of this issue. We mined that out of this issue. Betty Brant, Gloria Grant. And when I've chased him away for good this time. Only way to save myself is to tear it down, but heaven help me, I can't. I built up this integral stone wall around me. Spider-Man the Kingpin is still fighting. I like how I've connected it, and I love where we got it. I didn't want him in Madripoor because I don't need it. He wouldn't be in Madripoor. He shouldn't be. If he goes to Madripoor, he would be killed. You got to have like one of those. He's not welcome there. No matter how tough he thinks he is. Zock, boom, pow, whap, spoop. I like doing that shabruk, and that was fun to do. Gave me a little something different to do. A nice big giant fucking web bomb. Like that he uses with the gauntlets. He cracks the gauntlets together. All right. They're still fighting. The Kingpin's gonna beat the fuck out of him one last time, electrocute him. And I think when Vanessa comes through, that's it. No further delays. You must now decide Spider-Man's life or our life together. Vanessa saves him. Such a stupid story. That was bad fucking. Fuck Marv Wolfman. I met Marv Wolfman at a show, at a comic book show. He was a dick. And his writing sucks. Stereo by the dozen. Fuck off. All right. We're essentially just about done. I need the dialogue. Need the dialogue. Let's get over here into Marvel team up with Guardians of the Galaxy. Let's see if we can get some dialogue out of here. Moses Magnum. Boom, there we go. That's another guy getting the he's in Storyville. I always liked the name Moses Magnum. He was like an Iron Man villain. Mandarin is definitely getting Gamma. And Kun Loon. And Kun Loon. Mandarin is definitely getting Gamma and Kun Loon. Moses Magnum is getting Gamma in Storyville. Oh, we can put him in Corto Maltese. Now I said a shipment got rerouted. I said that Krakoa shipment. Moses Magnum in Storyville. Or you could track him down in Storyville. We'll figure it out when we get there. Let's do it. Let's get his bio here. This is the DRC Tower. It used to be called the Magnum Building, named for the man who built it, Moses Magnum, founder and one-time head of the Deterrence Research Corporation. Magnum's business was selling weapons, everything from slingshots to H-bombs, and while Magnum itself is missing and presumed dead, the corporation he left behind is doing better than ever. The reality of modern life, which no one regrets more than the Amazing Spider-Man. South American Death Camp. Every time I pass this, I can't help remembering the people Magnum murdered in his South American Corto Maltese. The Punisher and I nailed the man for his crimes. But somehow the DRC got off scot-free. See X-Men 119 Giant Size Spider-Man. Yes, I remember. I read that. That's right. That's where we got. That's where I fell in love. That's where I first heard the name Moses Magnum. There you go. See? Fuck off. DRC planning some big illegal operation. Reality, it's a fortress. A spider sense is tingling. Who is this fucking dude? Lawrence Whittier III. Rap to his very few friends. Who is this asshole? More than he bargained for. He's going to hide in the closet. We got some crazy shit. Dr. Eric Salter, NASA scientist, Evel Carlson, Magnum successor. Who gives a shit about this boring shit? This reporter's trying to get some stories. Oh, dry dock, orbiting the Earth over 1,000 miles up. I got a satellite. I got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are, Vulture. That's a good line. I got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are, Vulture. Gangway Cronkite, Snyder, and the rest of you, because Rap Reynolds is making his move. You know this reporter's going to die, right? His body is made of gleaming crystal. Oh, gee. Oh, wait. Oh, it's Guardians of the Galaxy. That's right. The Diamond Dude. His name is Martin X, descendant of Earth. Humans genetically engineered to live on Pluto. Oh, I like that. Yes, he's from our future, you see. And among other things, he's a founding member and science officer of Guardians of the Galaxy, a team of 31st century freedom fighters who arrived in our era in Avengers 167. Guardians, you know what? Martin X, Pluto, alien specimen. We can add an Easter egg later of Martin X, a, a an alien captured and frozen in carbonite from the planet Pluto. Yes! Easter egg. Later on, if we want to throw some cool alien shit in there, have our own version of the Green Lanterns. Oh, my power. Green Lantern's light. Okay. In a somber shot, the Vulture lands in the blast zone, where he is surrounded by busted glass, tank, and life model decoy parts, and most importantly, the decaying and deteriorating brain matter that was once Dr. O. Lands in the blast zone. My brothers, I have failed you. My brothers, I have failed you. My brothers, I have failed you. My brothers, my brothers, I have failed you. SFX of the blasting. As the Vulture is about to kneel down in respect to his fallen comrades, he is blasted. Okay, let's give him a quick line. I swear to this. I swear to this. Before I join you. I swear to this. My brothers. My brothers. I have failed you. I swear to this. Before I join you in Hades' halls. I swear to this. Before we dine. I swear to this. Before we dine with Mephisto. I want to give him like one of those sombers, you know. My brothers, I have failed you. I swear to this. Before we dine with Mephisto, I will kill all of all of that. Like get him I will kill every law. I will kill every law. SFX of the blasting. Turning to attack, he sees Tony Stark hovering above him, made up in his silver makeshift Iron Man exoskeleton. The first Iron Man exoskeleton in our universe should be a diesel punk meets Transformers type marvel. Sleek and cool, but large and clunky. Iron Man. Iron Man. Dun, 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 dun. Take it easy, Toombs. Mephisto can wait. Before we dine with Mephisto, I will kill every last. Take it easy, Toombs. Mephisto can wait. Tony Stark. Aren't you? Aren't you forever the Iron Man? Tony Stark. Still alive. Aren't you the Iron Man? That's not bad. That's not bad. Can I use it? That's not bad. Tony Stark. Still alive. Aren't you the Iron Man? That's not bad. Can I use it? You know, when I started out, when I started out as a farmer, many said I was, well, and so many, when I started out as a farmer, many said I was, well, when I started out as a farmer, many said I was, well, I, I should have had your life. I should have had your life. I want like just bitterness and regret here. He's trying to say when I started as a farmer, what he's trying to say is like people said I was like another Tony Stark, you know? When I started out as a farmer. Many said I was well, I I should have had your life. It's not too late. It's not too late, Adrian. It is. It's not too late, Adrian. Well, I should have had your life. It's not too late, Adrian. With nothing to live for, the vulture quickly spears at Iron Man and sends them both airborne. Let's add, or we'll take away one of these panels here, or change one of these. don't need that. Both those panels there. Do 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 do. It's not too late, Adrian. Close up on the bitter and defeated look on the face of Adrian Toombs. Like he knows it is over. Close up on the bitter and defeated look on the face of Adrian Toombs. Like he knows it is over as he clutches like he knows it is over as he clutches one last chunk of the brain matter. No, as he clutches one last chunk of sand. I like that. Fuck Dr. O. It should be Sandman was his buddy. Close up on the bitter and defeated look on the face of Adrian Toombs, like he knows it is over, as he clutches one last chunk of sand as it withers through his fingers. SFX small, SFX of the sand. Almost showing his friend turning to ash. We're going to leave that ambiguous. I mean, I think we should probably kill him there. But you never know. If we have room and pages, you never know. You know, a storm over Venusville can bring somebody back through sewage. He can become Hydra Man. Close up on the bitter and defeated look on the face of Adrian Toombs, like he knows it's over. As he clutches one last chunk of sand as it withers through his fingers. Small SFX of the sand, almost showing his friend turning to ash. I like that. God, that's cool. I like that shit. Love writing in comics. The Vulture. It is SFX of the force of the spear tackle hitting Iron Man's chest plate. Shush! It is. Shush, you idiot! Cut it out. Daddy's writing comic books. Your fucking buddy Bruno. You'll fucking see him in 10 seconds. Shut up. We're almost done here. With nothing to live for, the Vulture quickly spears at Iron Man and sends them both airborne. SFX of the force of the spear tackle hitting Iron Man's chest plate. Man, how do we close this out? Nothing to live for. Vulture quickly spears at Iron Man, sends them both airborne. I like the satellite line. All right, so we don't need. I don't want a line there. It's just literally smash up into the sky, close up of Iron Man and Vulture about to face off in a game of chicken. You know what? Let's do one revolution. Let's finish this up here. Let's see what we get out of it. I don't want to kill him here. I feel like we can go maybe one more shot there. Got Martin X. Let's finish Martin X. What do we got? Nikki, born and raised on Mercury. Okay, Nikki. That's it. The fucking name is Nikki. Starhawk, savior of the cosmos. Let's get Nikki. You know what? They can have. Oh shit! At the Disney Moon. Oh, I love this. The Disney Moon will have all the aliens on display, like a virtual museum. Oh, I like that. Nikki of Mercury. Like the collector. Like the collector. Come see Disney, the Disney Collector, the Collector series. Yes, yes. So we're getting something to use for our future pages. So we're mining. I'm going to do that issue of Spectacular Spider-Man because I will never start a class with Spectacular Spider-Man because I hate Spectacular Spider-Man. Solely from the Stolen Shield files. Oh, Nikki's hot. Nikki in a frozen Martin X, huh? Would that work? We'll see. Never read enough of the old team. Except the word of one who knows, my friend. All right, so we got the reporters coming in here, running his little stunt. He runs into who? They beat the shit out of him, but then Spider-Man webs him up. Spider-Man's hanging out. Yeah, I'm fine. Boy, am I glad to see you, Spider-Man. And Nikki, oh, Nikki's hot. Never did a chick for Mercury. What a scoop, what a scoop. This will be a Pulitzer. She gets into the cab. He's taking pictures of Spider-Man. So close. Where the rest of the Guardians of the Galaxy? Is that it? We're just working with those three? None of your business. Starhawk comes in. They're going to whip some ass. He punches Starhawk. Everything's getting out of fucking hand. Martin X shows up. Says, bro, with the Avengers in the future. Chance to prove it. I got a huge fucking snake. What is this? DRC Tower. Wasn't my fault, Mr. Carlson. I had the kid cold till Spider-Man butted in. Anvil, I had you and your cellmate, Haber Jackson, released from prison because I needed good men. That chain, the crazy chain the alien gave us. Precisely. The energy synthicon. Good as new. That's jive, man. The Hulk tore that shit to bits. I remember we got the Hulk out here too somewhere. We can have Osborn could locate the Hulk. We're making our notes for later. Norman Osborn could end up with the Hulk. Where we have no. All right, Norman Osborn, who could end up in a refugee camp with Bruce Banner, connecting them for the next story. Tying up all the loose ends. We just got these last two here. These last 2 or 3 panels here. Let's finish up. Oh, God, this big, stupid fucking tentacle. So now we're going to fight the 2 fucking idiot villains of the fucking week with the tentacle. We only got 3 members of the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy squad here fighting the 2 tentacle heads. Get me through this fucking stupid issue. The only thing I'm enjoying looking at is Nikki from Mercury's titties. You throw a little Starhawk in there. Everybody's getting frozen. Shit's getting ripped off. Everybody's shaking hands. Good guys are dead. They're flying away on their pod. Rap Reynolds missed the story. Exposing the film. Punch him in the fucking face. Whip up his boobs. If you hear the panther crouch. Oh, good God. So next time it'll be Spider-Man and the Black Panther. Claws of the Panther. Let's get through this piece of shit issue. You know it's gonna suck. Let's just get through it. Maybe we get an idea to use for the future here. I'm just trying to get the last 2 fucking lines of dialogue here so we can finish this fucking panel, finish this goddamn page, and feel good about life on a Friday. Perhaps eat some fattening foods. Could go for one of those fucking protein Pop-Tarts, but not until we're done. Dun dun dun. If you like Spider-Man, oh God, the fucking mind worm. I hate mind control stories. They always pop up. Yes, everybody's in mind control. The cops are going to shoot you. Everybody's going to shoot you because they're all under the fucking stupid influence of the mind worm. We killed the mind worm all the way back in the first fucking issue of this fucking story because we hate the fucking mind worm. Fuck the fucking mind worm. I hate the mind worm. Shoot the mind worm. Please kill this idiot that wears a fucking tube top tank top. He is the worst. Yes, all the way back in fucking Spider-Man a long fucking time ago. Smack his fucking head open, crack his fucking head open. We hate the mind worm. He is a shitty character. This is a shitty story. I don't care about his fucking origin. He absolutely fucking sucks. Spectacular fucking Spider-Man sucks. I'm going to say it the entire time I'm clicking through these panels. The girls are drawn ugly. The stories are stupid. Then the rats are after him now. They've used the stupidest villains in this fucking series. I want to stop reading this series. I hate this fucking series. But I tell myself every now and then, maybe you find a gem. Maybe there's some sleeper, stupid panel that brings up an idea that we can use, but often not, because the Mind Worm sucks and Spectacular Spider-Man sucks. This fucking series sucks. And the worst part is when Team Up ends, you're just gonna get another third series that's Web of Spider-Man because they can't stop throwing these fucking shitty stories at you. Why not have one good fucking story that tells different parts of the Spider-Man universe, told by the same good creative fucking teams? But no. No, we get this fucking C team with the horribly drawn shit and the horrible, stupid fucking villains that nobody cares about. I do not care about him. I don't care about his fucking origin. He sucks. I fucking hate the Mind Worm. Fucking Mind Worm. They should never have uploaded this fucking issue. Oh, Jesus Christ. And look who he fights next. A guy that controls bees. Oh, good fucking Christ. You motherfuckers, you. All right. With nothing to live for, Vulture quickly spears at Iron Man and sends them both airborne. Close up of Iron Man and Vulture about to face off in a game of chicken. All right. Iron Man and Vulture about to face off in a game of chicken. A game of chicken as they glide up into the sky. Is this your end game? Is this your end game, Vulture? Is this your end game, Vulture? A good old fashioned. Why not Stalk? Why not Stalk? How about an old Hollywood classic? Why not Stalk? How about an old Hollywood classic? A game of chicken. I've got satellite 5 miles up. I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. We start to pan out as we see them flying higher into the sky. Hmm. I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. Why not Stalk? How about, how about, all right, you get what we say. How about an old Hollywood classic? Instead of Hollywood, let's call it Helltown. How about an old Helltown classic? How about an old Helltown classic? How about an old Helltown classic? A game of chicken. I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. We start to pan out as we see them flying higher into the sky. Do we want that panel there? Or do we want to come back to them and have one last fight in the sky? I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. Because you can almost move that line if you wanted to. Close up of Iron Man and Vulture about to face off in a game of chicken as they glide up into the sky at a rapid ascent. Is this your end game, Vulture? Yeah, going out in a blaze of gory. Going out in a blaze of gory. Is this your end game, Vulture? Going out in a blaze of gory? Why not Stark? How about an old Helltown classic? A game of chicken. I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. I was going to say, what do I get if I win? And you could say your soul. Nah, that's cheesy. I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. Let's just move that line. Yeah, I want to move that line here. That line works here better. We start to pan out as we see them flying higher into the sky. 'Cause then we can come back to a nice fight scene as opposed to rushing it and just killing them. Give them a good dramatic death. We just killed fucking Sandman and Dr. O. Well, maybe Sandman lives. We haven't done it yet. I haven't gone there yet. It would take a while, but he might live. I've got a satellite 5 mile. All right. We start to pan out as we see them flying higher into the sky, getting closer to the edge of space and the atmosphere. I've got a satellite 5 miles up. I'm game if you are. Boom, ladies and gentlemen, we're done. That's the class. That was fun. That was a lot of fucking fun. I love those two fucking pages. All right, kids. May fate and fate decide your fortune. And if you love my writing class, then perhaps you get some books, some comic books, some textbooks, some graphic novels, some art books, some posters. We got it all at Faro's fucking lounge. Peace, love, war, all that shit in between.